I recommend that. And then I went to RecCon last weekend, which is in Raleigh, North Carolina. A
Yeah.
wonderful
Oh, how
little
was that?
convention. Third year. Had a great time. Uh, that would we've been every year that it's been there, so this was their third year. It was
Did
actually
you do your
really good.
tap dance?
Yes, we did cafetans and caffeine on Saturday morning. Had people bringing donuts in. We brought donuts, but somebody brought in duck donuts, and then somebody else
You
brought
ever
in some
have too
local
many
donuts,
donuts?
so
Wow.
you can't have too many
Yum.
donuts. We did terrible movies with wonderful people, where we did Plan 9 from Outer Space. It was a madhouse. We had the audience riffing too, so it was basically Rocky Horror. And
Nice.
then
People love the man
and
love.
me, yeah, Deadly Man Love. That's the man's name.
Yep.
And he played Eros. It was just perfect. Um, and then for some ungodly reason, we decided to do another convention this weekend. So I am currently in Williamsburg, Virginia, at
Once you get settled
Convivial.
in, you will have a great time.
Yeah, yes. So it's kind of a chill convention. All of my stuff is tomorrow. So after that, I am free to just chill and relax and be myself, which is good. So
Come on
we
up and
kind
see us and
of
go to.
turned around getting here.
Oh no.
Getting to Fort Magruder is interesting in the dark when you
Yeah.
can't see the turn and the hotel's lights aren't on. Their sign wasn't lit.
Look, if you wanted to go to Motel 6, you had an option.
No, there
Yeah,
was.
they'll leave a light on.
We passed one of the no-tell motels
And
on
they
our
had
way
a
into
lot.
Williamsburg.
Yeah.
So they had hourly rates. We were was like, can we stop for an hour and just rest?
Oh, the ones that say now featuring clean towels.
No, they had to take that down, I think.
Oh
But
no.
yeah, we finally got here roundabout way. But yeah,
We're about
at
40
Convivial.
minutes from there, so if you really ever have anything like that happen and you're in our vicinity, please message us.
Where am I?
You could just come and sit on our couch and drink tea for 30 minutes and then get back on the road.
And then get back on the road. So yeah, I know I'm missing a bunch of stuff. That I started watching the second season of Severance.
Right.
Yes.
How far?
That's
I
How far?
heard
really
there's a
good.
watch party at Convivial on Friday night.
I think so. I'm gonna have to try and find it if I'm not, because all my stuff is tomorrow. I think I maybe actually I'm in like back-to-back panels for 4 hours.
I've been invited.
Wait, but I just realized it was Thursday because all day today I've had it in my head that it was not. Well, no, it had to be. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. But like when you said you have everything tomorrow, that's actually cool because most of the time all your con stuff, are, in my experience, is usually on Saturdays. So now that means you can actually like go to panels or
Yeah,
just
I could go to things
just
on
hang out.
Saturday. So
Yeah.
yeah.
He's gonna sleep. Man.
I will
Well,
also on Saturday be uploading my Oscar predictions because on Sunday night I'll be on Mark's stream after I drive home. After we drive home from here, I'll be on Mark's stream.
That's great.
Reacting to the Oscars.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's been my geeky week. I know I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, if you had to, I know you're about to post your Oscar predictions, and I don't want to step on your content, but like if you had to give one like preview of something that you just can't wait to share, is there just one thing you think is going to win like a lot of Oscars, or like
I
what's
think
your
this is
just
going to
one
be
hot
spread
take?
out quite a bit. I think this is going to be spread out quite a bit. I know Amelia Perez got 13 nominations, and I don't like that movie. I think it may actually walk away with only one, and that is for Zoe Saldana.
Wow.
All right, well,
I
you heard it here
actually thought
first.
maybe she wouldn't win, but she's winning everything else. So I think they're just going to give that one to her, but I don't think it's going to win anything else.
I highly recommend you go out and watch the Honest Trailers coverage of the Oscars because
yes. Yes.
It's so funny.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's interesting. I haven't seen 3 of the Best Picture nominees. I'm kind of ill prepared, but one of them isn't streaming and it's only still in art house films. I just literally can't see I'm still here because it's not playing anywhere near me. I mean, it's not streaming, so.
But it's hard to make predictions, when you haven't
It's hard
seen
to,
everything.
particularly because that one will likely win Best International, and there's a possibility it might win Best Actress, but I think that's going to go to Demi Moore.
Oh, for The Substance?
what do you do when you're making a prediction and like what you think is going to win isn't the one that you like want to win or you think is the best?
Yeah,
Do you usually
when
go with what you think is the best, or you think of like what
no,
you think is
I'll
going to
go.
happen?
What I do is I'll predict what is going to win, and then I would say what is my preference. I give my preference, and then what I think is going to win, and then if what I think should win wasn't nominated, I give that as well. Because like best
Nice.
score should be going to challengers. Trent Reznor should get another Oscar this year, but he's not even nominated because they hated that movie for some reason.
Yeah. Hmm.
Not
But
as
that should be up for a couple of awards, and it's not up for anything. So, but yeah, I know the Oscars are silly and they're meaningless, but it's kind of my thing. So, yeah. So Sunday night, 7 o'clock, Mark stream. We'll be reacting to what everyone's wearing and what everyone's saying.
I like it too. It's Hollywood's big night. If you like
Yeah.
Hollywood, you like old Hollywood, you like tradition, there's certainly something to be said for the Oscars.
Who's
I heard
hosting it?
Kristen Bell, Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien's doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I've seen clips from Kristen Bell just recently hosted the Screen Actors Guild Award, and she was pretty funny. They had a couple of really cool bits they did where they had like baby or like young acting pictures of like actors who have been in the industry for a long time. That was a cute like montage. I didn't watch the whole show, but I've seen it on like socials and stuff. So cool. That's a good geeky sweep there, Carol. You really did do a lot.
Yeah. It's I did stuff, but just not a whole lot. I did more stuff than I can remember right now.
Yeah. Well, if anybody is listening to this and then heading to Convivial, make sure you check out some of our panels this weekend.
But you got to get it done
We're
tomorrow.
talking superhero movies and nostalgia, and then we're doing a Merry Mayhem panel. It's not caftans and well, we'll be wearing caftans, but we're
why
doing
not?
a bunch of stuff tomorrow. We got a 2-hour block, so I don't know what we're doing, but we're doing stuff.
Yay! Yay! All right, well, I'll go next if you want. My geeky week is pretty long. That's what she said. So we watched a few more episodes of Blue Lock. That's the soccer anime, and like I think our kid is like the same as us, where she can only watch it in like certain chunks of time because it gets like it's just so frenetic in the colors and the flashing lights, and she's just like, well, I need a little bit of a break from this, but it's still like a cool and interesting story, and it's kind of be interesting to see if like she decides she ever wants to watch like other anime stuff. Like, is soccer going to be an inroads? Obviously, pre-screening all of the anime, but still, like there's Pokemon shows and there's other things that she's watched. She really she went through a hard Sonic the Hedgehog phase, which isn't really an anime, but has like sort of the same. There's a lot of like crossover, flashing lights and colors. And
Next up, Akira on repeat.
right. Well, she very much is that, undiagnosed neurodivergent, where she like really likes a thing for a long time and then is out of it.
Hyperfocus.
Thankfully, we can mark the day on our calendar. She finally doesn't want to watch the one particular content creator that she watched all the time who would play video games, like stream. And I know there's plenty of people that do that, who stream themselves playing video games. It's a whole market and it's a whole thing. But she was just watching this one guy and all the games and his voice was so annoying and his laugh was so annoying. And I was just like, oh, I know this is a phase, but she's finally out of it, and it is just a banner day.
Who was
like
it?
when she finally stopped watching Ryan, the kid who opens up toys. Now it's Sunday.
Sunday.
So F you, Sunday. He's done.
Sunday with the Minecraft guy?
Yes.
Well, Minecraft and all kind of other things.
Roblox and
They do a lot of Among Us, and they do a lot of Among Us with the mods.
Yeah. My kids
and
went
that
through
was
the
kinda
Sunday
cool.
phase. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it is. We are out of it. I'm sure whatever comes next is likely to be as annoying or whatever. I don't know, maybe. But she jumps all over the place because she got in a Bluey phase for a little while again, even though she's 10. It's a very high quality show.
My son, who is in his 20s, went into Bluey. So
it's a great show.
When we visited
Did you hear that a lot of? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
When we visited Brian and Cheryl, we're like, oh, this cartoon she likes. You're gonna let me find the one episode I know you're gonna love. So if you know Bluey at all, I showed them the Grannies episode.
Wow. I don't.
Did you know that a lot of parents are having meltdowns because they realize Bluey's a girl?
Bluey was always a girl.
What?
Quite obvious.
They never realized that, and now they're like, but my son likes the show.
Bluey's blue. Blue. It's in its name right there. Blue is a boy's color.
Oh,
They're
I had
having
thought of
meltdowns
that. I had not
because
thought of
they
that.
did not realize Bluey was a girl,
Yep.
and now
Well, there
all
was
of
a
their
whole,
sons love
yeah, that
Bluey.
was a whole thing in the, mom community when it first came out.
Well,
So,
wait till they find out
yeah.
that Hello Kitty is actually a girl in a cat suit, but is actually a cat in a girl suit in a cat suit.
That's so weird. What? It's great.
Whoa. We also showed, so she likes mysteries and stuff like that, and we were like, aha, Enola Holmes.
Yep.
She really enjoyed Enola Holmes. So that's the one with Millie Bobby Brown, and Henry Cavill is Sherlock,
Oh
and she's
yes.
clever and breaks the fourth wall all the time. And her and her mom do science experiments, and she has to save the day, and she knows martial arts.
Instead
And
of
so
fight.
yeah,
Yeah.
she was like super into that. That was pretty great because
Smart person kicking
it's a
ass.
cute,
Hey, this is kind
it's
of
a
like
cute
me.
movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, solving mysteries, being badass. Yeah, so yeah, she enjoyed that a lot. But then we had a really interesting conversation about women's suffrage and all of that, and you're like, yeah, that's right. You don't really. It was a very different time. Um, but she enjoyed that. And then we watched War of Rohirrim, the Lord of the Rings
The Lord of the
animated.
Rings one.
Finally saw
Yeah.
that. It took a long time. Well, because it was like 2 hours and 20 minutes, and if
Yeah,
you don't
it's
get your kid
entirely
to
too
sleep
long.
until 9 o'clock, and you're like, occasionally I could do a movie that long, but yeah. So we had
The
to wait till like
Brutalist.
right. But I
I
really
saw The
enjoyed it,
Brutalist too.
except
Speaking
that
of
it
long
was
ass movies,
basically there you go. It was basically a redo of a lot of stuff from Lord of the Rings. Like, oh, we're not going to listen to the people who are telling us what's going on, and then we're going to
hope y'all
retreat.
froze.
Well, we didn't really.
You
We're
froze.
at a nice temperature. It's room temperature here. So
Oh no, I think our connection's having troubles.
My internet is kind of wacky here.
there it is. No worries.
Yeah.
Well, if you need to switch to just audio, I can put a picture of you up there.
My connection's freezing. Am I back?
We can hear you.
never left,
We can hear you, but your picture is still.
Am I back at all?
Yep.
Your voice is back.
She may not realize that. I'll go ahead and text her.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. We can see your face.
Yay. She still can't hear us though. It's funny.
Voice is back.
Okay.
Well,
We've got Robot Carol.
no, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. There. I think I'm back. It's my internet connection.
Oh, yeah.
The internet connection here.
Really, you're at a hotel full of geeks and nerds who are already dialing up their internet,
Okay, guys.
video games and such.
Cat could have done something.
Considering there's no open bar here, yeah, everybody's in a room somewhere doing something.
Yep.
I'm frozen again, aren't I?
Kinda.
Just visually.
Yeah. No worries.
You guys aren't frozen to me. You guys are moving.
No idea what you said.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Can you hear me at all?
Yes.
Now we can. Now you're back.
Yes.
Keep going in now.
Can you hear me at all?
Yes.
You guys are fine. You guys are like moving fine.
We
Apparently
can
it's just me.
hear you just fine.
I'm texting you.
Yep. There we go.
I can hear you.
Okay. Well, she can hear us. Okay. Well, then we can keep going with the show.
Yes. Do the show.
What?
So you thought
My
that like a lot of
phone-
movies, people
My
don't listen
phone is
to each other.
charging up in the room.
Right, but it was the same kind of thing where it was like, it felt very much like a redo of Lord of the Rings in so many ways, where it was like, oh, we're going to do this and we're not going to listen to the one guy and we're not going to call for help. And then we're going to have to run back to our safe house and just, I mean, I don't know. It was just,
If I can be
it was
technical,
cool.
they did it first.
Well, I know, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just they could have told so many different stories. They didn't need to basically read that. I did like the animation a lot in this, and I enjoyed
You're frozen.
parts of it. But
You're in the
yeah,
middle of
it was nice to be there. I mean, you put Lord of the Rings
Yeah,
on anything,
my
I'm
internet
watching
connection's
it. Let's just I'm watching it. It's just one of those properties. So, we also watched an episode of Mythic Quest. It's come back on, but then like our server where we watched the other one, the second episode just is dead and won't like work. So
Oof.
we're still trying to figure out what we're gonna do with that, but that's a fun show. and yeah, Poppy and Ian having their drama. It's just kind of, I don't know that I think it's one of those shows where it was definitely way better in the beginning, but every time they give time to like the non-main characters, so like Daniel Pudi and like what's her name, the girl with the blonde hair, she's pretty good. So I mean that's a fun show. We have finished Shorzy, or is there more? Was that the season
Am I
finale of
back at all?
Shorzy, or maybe there's more Shorzy?
I think
Yeah,
it
we
was.
can hear you just fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was.
I can't see you guys. There we go.
We look the same.
Yeah, it's just our face.
Jersey, awesome, so good,
So much better than it should be.
Yes,
Right.
it really, really is. I was stunned.
It is so hard to do crude and crass with heart, right? And just the way that they're mentors for those younger players in this, and it's just like they really do form a very special, like real bond with them. But of course, they're taking a piss and just like being rude to each other because that's how, people are sometimes, or that's how they are, at least, hockey culture, or, bro culture or whatever. But like, yeah. But then that show, it's just so good. When the guys, I don't know, is it a spoiler? Or you watch it, Rich, or you're
I
caught up,
do.
or you
Now,
don't
the
watch
problem
it?
is I'm not sure if I'm caught up. The last episode I saw was basically where Shorzy was retiring.
Oh, so there's a whole nother like
There's a whole new season?
yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm taking my headphones off. You go ahead.
Yeah.
Give me the thumbs up when
It's just that it's just a great show, and like you have to kind of get past the crudeness and the mom jokes and all of that, but then yeah, it's just a wonderful show, especially if you like sports too, because it's got all the sports themes. So okay, come on back.
Well, that was your spoiler.
No, I didn't say it after all. I lost it.
It still doesn't listen to me.
Okay,
No,
Rich.
Okay.
text.
See, I was waiting for the thumbs up. Okay, thank you.
I did. No, that's a die.
Great. She
And
didn't do a spoiler at all. It was great.
I didn't end up. I totally
Listen to the
80
show and be like, really? I want to wait for that.
Really? Yeah, you could listen to the show.
I
Yeah.
kind of thought you would say.
Two more things on my list. I don't know. I'll probably forget some other stuff, but Tracker is back.
Jack is back.
Our fave, Justin Hartley. The show is okay. It's a little cheesy. It's a little fun, but he finds people for money. He hasn't taken his shirt off at all this season.
Not
It's only
since
been
it's
2
returned.
episodes, but still,
So they gotta owe us
come
one.
on,
Like,
show.
sweeps are coming up, right? Sweeps are coming.
Right? No kind of sexual tension with anyone at all. So,
No,
it's okay.
I don't know if that's completely true.
Well, I mean, us and the camera and him have the sexual tension all day long, but not really any other actors on the show.
Just him in the mountain.
then We have also watched a few episodes of the new drop of episodes from Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Man, this show.
Cobra Kai.
This is the
You thought
epitome
we had
of a show
psychodrama
that
before?
has
Hold on.
jumped the shark.
We're Cobra Kai.
This everybody's hooking up with everybody. Everybody's double crossing and backstabbing everybody else. Everybody's kicking each other in the face. It's just this show, and it just keeps getting crazier and crazier and crazier. Just when you're like, there's no way it can get any crazier, it just gets crazier. If you're into that, man, Cobra Kai is a fun time. I tell you what.
I love that show.
It is just crazy. Yeah, there's probably, like I said, other things, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say that's been my geek this week.
Well, for me, Severance. Oh, I'm loving that show so much. Loving it so
Gotta
much.
get into that.
Such a good show.
Because wouldn't you also enjoy a dinner party with Christopher Walken and John Noble?
Yeah. Well, if anybody is not caught up, here is an interesting theory. I'm going to count down to from 3, 2, 1 before I say it. All right, 3,
Except
2,
30 seconds.
1. What if who we're seeing Bert Audi is actually Bert Innie?
Oh,
Because if you notice, the innies are always the exact opposite of the Audis, and we know it's possible for an innie to be an Audi and an Audi to be an innie. But so, what if, because Bert is so nice and sweet and gentle and romantic and loving, but on the outside he's a savage dick?
oh my Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, so we flash that light. Okay.
Just it's a possible thing. It's a possible thing. Okay. So anyway,
Welcome back.
but yeah, that freaking love that show. Also, slowly going through Cobra Kai. The problem with Cobra Kai and everything else has been on the back burner because I started watching Slow Horses on Apple TV. If you're not familiar with this show, no, it's Oldman, Gary Oldman, as basically he's in charge of the he's an MI5 agent, but he's in charge of this team where all of the people that have messed up and are basically like one strike away from getting the boot, or nobody else can use them. They're terrible, and so they basically just give them all the crap duty. And because he's this agent legend, and everybody thinks he's past his prime, but his brain's still functioning quickly. He's just this overweight, flatulent dude. Like, I am not a huge fan of fart jokes. It is rare that fart jokes work, but they
I disagree, my dude. Farts are always funny.
it depends on how it's done, because mostly it's just the same thing over and over again, which is just like, okay. But they so cleverly put in the fart jokes at the right timing. His comments on the bouquet and whatnot. It is funnier than it should be. It has got such amazing mysteries, a really good cast, and like Kristen Scott Thomas is in it. Jonathan Pryce is in it.
Slow Horses.
Slow Horses. They call them slow horses because they're basically, you know.
Glue factory.
Yeah, pretty much. Right before the glue factory, and they also work out of Slough House, which of course is everybody in MI5 knows that's where all the rejects are, and they're also not great agents. Like, some of them have a little bit more promise. Some of them are there because of mistakes from, you know, particular ops or whatnot. But it's so good, and it's all real. You don't know, some characters die some seasons, you know. It's not quite Game of Thrones level because everything makes sense when they die, but it's just so darn good. It's based on this book series, but holy cow, that's been like almost every evening watching that, and so good.
The test audience wasn't a big fan of the title Gary the Old Farting Spy.
Exactly. I mean, you know, if that had been, I would have assumed it was like a prequel to Harriet the Spy. But I highly, highly, highly recommend that show. We're not quite sure what you said there, Carol. I think the signal went down.
I wish you were recording on your side so we could match this up.
But if you want to, you can cut your video feed, and that will save some of the signal that's coming out. And I've got your logo ready to post up there for you.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God!
I didn't say anything.
There's a gremlin in your system then, because something crazy came from you.
Oh my gosh, that's right. I forgot. Harriet the Spy. Michelle Trachtenberg was in that.
Yes, that's why I said too soon, sir.
Oh, I didn't hear you say too soon. Oh yeah.
Video.
Didn't even think about that. Yeah, I didn't remember that she was Harriet the Spy. Oh
yeah, she was Harriet the Spy.
Yes.
There we go.
A movie I've not yet got my kid to watch.
So I guess we got to figure out who the third's going to be, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's weird. Michelle Trachtenberg to Gene Hackman. That's kind of weird. So who's in the middle? Who's the middle between those two people? Because that's who it is.
Kevin Bacon.
The producer of the Kelvin Star Trek movies. What was his name?
Roberto Orsi or something like that.
I mean,
he died.
But those aren't actors. The actors come in threes.
I mean, technically, you also could count Hackman's wife, who was a concert pianist. It was a renowned concert pianist.
And their dog, too.
Their
It's
dog.
so
And
weird.
Don't forget, he was in
And their dog.
Old Odd Couple 2, I think, or something.
Yeah. I think the middle ground would probably be Corey Feldman. I think.
Okay, I could see that. Same here as Michelle Trachtenberg. I get that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Same musical ability as Gene Hackman. That's been my geeky week.
Okay. So me and the kid have knocked out Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. 10 episodes for the season. It's quite flippin' good. I enjoy.
There goes my inner.
It'll happen. We were wondering if this could this be the same Spider-Man from No Way Home? Is this Tom Holland Spider-Man? And everyone's pointing out all the reasons why it can't be. And then, like in the last 2 episodes, we do a bunch of drops, bunch of references to the MCU as stuff that has happened in this universe. So, who knows? We'll see where things go. In my DC Comics, I am almost caught up on the current run of Green Lantern. Started reading that. That was kind of interesting because Hal's got a ring that's a Green Lantern ring, but it's not his ring. The central power battery on Oa gone. The Guardians have taken the hell off, and there's something keeping Earth blocked. He can't leave Earth. If he takes off and puts his suit on and jumps up into the sky, when he hits the atmosphere, boom. He's falling back to Earth and gets his power back and gets to do it. So it's been an interesting, fun, wacky.
Is it something to do with the yellow sun?
Oddly enough, no.
I was gonna say, can Superman get out? Can other heroes get out?
This doesn't really involve them. Or does it? Because you never know. The continuity is not great in comics, no matter what they say.
They're always lurking around.
So something that she forgot last time. We watched Section 31.
Put it on my list and everything and forgot it again.
Right? The Star Trek movie. And there's a bunch of people who've complained about this film, and well, that's on them. I had a fun time with Section 31 because, yes, it should not be quote-unquote Star Trek.
It should have been better, though. Like, it just...
Yeah.
But I had fun with it.
I mean, there was a lot of stuff I had fun with, and then I started thinking about it afterwards and started realizing all the holes and everything like that, and the character switches and everything, and I was just like, all right, well, that was the thing.
It's enough.
They were trying to set up a show, clearly, this ensemble cast, and then we're like, no, we're not going to make a show.
I think the problem is because Strange New Worlds is so damn good.
Could be, yeah. Strange New Worlds is incredible. It's freaking incredible.
Yeah, in the days of Voyager,
that would
have been
not
fine.
In the caliber of any of the, Strange New Worlds, Lower Decks, like all of these recent Star Trek stuff has been pretty damn great.
She's still not talking to us. That's still the ghost.
She's probably trying to say something super insightful, you guys.
And I know. And when we get her copy of the audio, we'll release a special edition of this episode. So we'll have the video of this, we'll have the audio of this, and then we'll have the special episode.
Right after we get to the one where Bruce kicks the cord.
Can you hear me at all?
Now we can. We can hear you clearly. Previously, we would get very robotic just because of the lack of signal.
Kind of things. So she can't, I don't know. Anyway, I've also watched the Amazon Prime series Secret Level.
I've heard good things.
It's very, very good things. It's an anthology show. Episodes vary from like 15 to 20 minutes. Not a big, huge thing. But it's all computer-generated episodes based on games that you know and love. And generally, yes, it is all video games, but I can't just say video games because the first episode is a Dungeons and Dragons episode. And I spend the first 2 minutes looking at our main character that we're seeing who's in a cage and it's nighttime wondering, is that a real actor or is that CGI? It is CGI. The CGI is flippin' amazing in this thing. It is so good. I had her pop in for an episode. I'm like, hey, look at this. Look at the TV. I was like, this is CGI.
And I was like, that's that actor from that thing we've seen, but it's not.
It is not.
It's fake people.
So yeah, they got Dungeons and Dragons. They've got Unreal. They got War.
I liked it, but I also didn't like it because it felt like they could, I understand in my brain. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I understand in my brain that deep fakes exist and people get tricked by them. But I mean, this looked really real. And I don't think we as a people should be able to do that. I don't know.
Good bet, old man. They got ones based off of Unreal, Warhammer, Crossfire, Armored Core, Mega Man, Spelunky, for the love of God. And episode 6 is a Pac-Man episode. And I'm going to tell you now that it's going to melt your brain. You're a gamer, you owe it to yourself to watch this show. But the Pac-Man episode is going to mess with you. Mess with you on a level you are not ready to deal with. And that's kind of why I was a little disappointed with Mega Man, because Mega Man didn't decide to go hardcore. It just did a Mega Man thing, and that's fine. Whatever, so it's cool. I've also recently watched The Mary Louise Parker film Omni Loop. Anyone heard of this one?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
This was a hell of a ride. Mary Louise Parker is in the hospital because she has, as the doctor says, a tiny black hole in her chest. Now, if you look up black hole as a medical term, you will see that there is something that they do refer to as a black hole. However, no, she actually has a black hole in her chest. But that's not the important thing. That's not exactly
How tiny.
It's not the movie. It's very small. It's not what the movie's about. Because she wakes up, her daughter's there. Hey, good news. You get to come home because, basically they're letting her go home because she's going to die. That's just how it is. So she gets to see the family for a little bit. They go to the beach. She goes to this old folks' home to see her mom. And she's outside sitting on a bench by herself. And this old woman comes along. Hey, can I sit? Can I have a seat? She goes, yeah. But be careful. Watch out. And right as she says that, a bird poops and hits the bench. And the woman goes, oh, well, thank you. And she sits down, they start to have a conversation. And then she goes, you know what? I can't do this anymore. Because she's had the same conversation with this woman for God knows how long. Because when she starts to feel that she's going to die, she has these weird bottle of pills that she discovered when she was a child. And when she takes one, she goes back in time to the moment where she wakes up with her daughter sitting in the bed saying, hey, time to come home.
Oof.
Yeah. However, one of these times she randomly meets somebody, and it's, what's her name from The Bear? God, why can't I think of her name? I see her right there. She's totally cute. Who is she? You know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, God, I can't think of her name. I'm an idiot. And she runs into her, and oh my God, you'll never believe what she's into. Learning about time. So
Ooh.
she decides that this is a person she needs to work with. However, every couple of days she starts to die, so she has to pop a pill and go back in time. And when she does that, nobody but her remembers what happens. So imagine, imagine if Groundhog Day was not a comedy.
Wow.
And that's Omni Loop, and that was a hell of a fun ride. Omni Loop, damn good film. I enjoyed that immensely. So we try to say, welcome back, Carol, maybe?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know how long this is going to last.
That's okay.
I definitely won't do a news. I won't do a news story because I don't think I'll get through the news story.
That's all right.
Before my internet drops.
Have you seen Omni Loop?
No, I haven't, but that sounds interesting.
It's very, oh my God, it's quite good. It'll get you in some feels. Absolutely. Cool.
The wonderful Billy Finn looks at what Chad and Abby are up to now. If you know what TV show they're on this week, you could win yourself a prize. It's your further adventures of Chad and Abby update. Chad dives into the drama of professional football to search for a missing star quarterback accused of killing his girlfriend. Then Chad relies on his intimate knowledge of the Asian community to trail a mysterious swordsman wearing the mask of a secret Chinese society, thought to be behind the revenge murders of a businessman responsible for a factory fire that killed workers. A very angry dad asked Chad to prove a young medical intern murdered his daughter, though police believe the evidence against him is flimsy. And the murder of a doctor who's a friend of Chad's leads to a crime syndicate that deals in gambling and narcotics. And look, Chad uses his mega force to solve the case. Abby makes sure Inspector Perez keeps an eye on Chad, and Stefan just laughs about the shenanigans with Alice. Chad has it rough as the man known as Emperor, Tsar, Sultan, hashtag Chabby. Forever.
Don't you have a letter to read or something?
Indeed, we do.
That's the weirdest special episode of Empty Nest I've ever heard.
Oh, Parker, we're doing that wrong. Hi, geeks. Again, I'm home while listening, so I can write to you now before I have another 99% ADD/senior moment. I've been struggling to hear you clearly, and again, it's not the cats, but I loved that Billy said for the cat, you're trying to say something to Bill. It just really got me cackling. Now, I really want to try Duolingo to improve my French and start on Bulgarian. Sounds like a lot of fun. I love a good sense of humor. And I guess Taylor Lautner's connected with the Twilight movies? A little bit, yeah, he's kind of. Well, my mind didn't wander too much. Thanks for being good company yet again. I'm happy you're not wearing yourselves out trying to keep going daily. Stay safe. That is from Bill, whose pronouns are he and him, because he shared that with us. So thank you, Bill. Yeah, daily. That's a story that we'll talk about one day when I'm drunk at a con. Hello, geek folks. I have almost written you a few times, but I can never think of a witty thing to be remembered for. So, to be remembered, I can tell you with absolute clarity that Shabby are part of the agency, which I know because I am a Paige Turco completist. Can't help it. I love my April O'Neil. So yes, I am also a Judith Hogue completist, and that explains me watching Halloween Town movies. Don't ask. It's who I am. Deal with it. Oh, and I'm totally stealing Holmes, his bowels obstructed. Keep it going. That is from Caleb.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I think for the rest of our lives, that's something that it'll be this very special, small, select group, and we'll look at each other when it happens and smile and know. Well, yeah. One of us. That's some good stuff. Well, yes, last week Chad and Abby were on a show called The Agency. This week, good luck to you. I will explain to you next time why this is, I'm pretty sure, going to be a difficult one. But if you've got the slightest idea where they might be, please, by all means, won't you drop us a note? It is podcast@geekradiodaily.com, or, of course, you can send a voicemail or text message to the magic numbers of
415.
682-74 Purple Queer.
555-2368.
No, 510 GRD Crew.
One of those numbers is absolutely correct.
Just get Mabel on the line and tell us to connect her to 12317.
Sarah Jane.
Do you find yourself nodding off the wheel while driving to work because you stay up too late watching scary movies at night? Is the coffee not doing it for you? Well, Pseudopod has a solution. Never sleep again. That's right. Every week we podcast the absolute best in short horror fiction, professionally written and expertly narrated, guaranteed to weird you out and disturb the hell out of you while you drive to work. Who cares? Check us out on the iTunes podcast directory. Click on Arts and then Literature, or download directly from pseudopod.org. That's pseudopod.org. It's totally free to download. We pay our authors strictly through the donations of our listeners. But be warned, Pseudopod is absolutely inappropriate for children or anyone else whose innocence may be corrupted by stories this warped and twisted. We bring you intelligent, well-written stories. We just don't hold anything back when it comes to disturbing material.
Will this be fun?
Trust us. Pseudopod, the sound of horror.
Hi, this is Sherilyn Fenn, and you're listening to Geek Radio Daily.
Indeed you are. Welcome back to GRD Sweekly, and they actually knew the episode, so I won't say anything about that because that was really cool. Good job, everyone.
I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
Geek News!
From a geeky point of view.
On February 27th, the House Judiciary GOP's official X count, also formerly known as Shitter, announced the release of the Epstein files, only for the provided link to redirect users to Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. It, of course, sparked a backlash. Many criticized the prank as inappropriate, given the gravity of Epstein's crimes. The stunt coincided with Attorney General Pam Bondi's confirmation that Epstein-related records, including flight logs and names, were set for release. However, the actual files primarily contained Epstein's phone book, disappointing those seeking more substantial information. Representative Anna Paulina Luna condemned the release as inadequate and misleading. The files, of course, were shared with right-wing influencers such as Jack Posobiec, DC Drano, and Libs of TikTok, known bastions of truth, following Trump's previous Fox interview where he wavered on fully declassifying Epstein-related documents. While Trump had promised to release records on JFK, RFK, and MLK assassinations, he hesitated when pressed about Epstein's files. His reluctance reignited scrutiny over his past ties to Epstein, whom, of course, he once called a terrific guy and wished his partner in crime, Ghislaine Maxwell, well when she was imprisoned, before later claiming that he and Epstein had had a falling out. Despite Trump's claims of a rift, their supposed dispute stemmed from a $4 million real estate bidding conflict rather than any moral objection over him hitting on any of Mar-a-Lago participants. For over 25 years, they remained close, frequently residing within a short distance of each other. Seriously, 15-minute cab ride, whether in New York or Florida. Epstein, a convicted sex offender, was accused of running a vast trafficking network involving underage girls and high-profile individuals. His 2019 arrest and subsequent death in a Manhattan jail cell only deepened public interest in uncovering the full extent of his connections. Well, I guess those two had such a tough time, never giving each other up, never letting each other down, but always letting each other run around. And I'm pretty sure one of them hurt the other one.
Does this mean that Rick Astley was on the Epstein list?
No, I don't think that was not the situation.
That's what they're saying. Here it is.
That was a joke. Don't sue us.
Yeah. I don't know. Should we get
No.
should we get the Tates on the line to see what they think? Hey, Charlie Manson, you grabbed the wrong Tate. All right, sorry, go ahead.
God almighty. Okay, then.
Well, I have some good, fun science news for you. Sky gazers across the U.S. will have a chance to see extraordinary celestial event on Friday, tomorrow. Well, depending on when you're listening to it, February 28th, 2025, as all the planets in our solar system will appear in the evening sky. We are 100% going to be outside to see that tomorrow night. The phenomenon known as, God,
I'm not ready.
known as a planet parade, will feature Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, all visible at the same time along a line or an arc in the sky.
Oh, but
That's
F
not
Pluto.
an official
Okay.
astronomical term.
Okay.
Planet parade.
No,
Planets.
Planets.
That's messed up, y'all.
It typically refers to when 4 or more planets are seen together in the sky. So it's very, very rare to see all of them. And it's been out there multiple nights, but like apparently tomorrow night is the peak. You're looking at the solar system. You're looking from within the plane of the planets, this circular racetrack that all the planets are racing around as they orbit the sun. You know, you think of all those times where kids made a model and it's on a circle and it all goes around and you can line them up. It doesn't really happen that often. While space enthusiasts will try to get a glimpse of this parade, astronomers like Pamela Gay, we've met her before, senior scientist at Planetary Science Institute, also on the lookout for another celestial phenomenon
Phenomena.
to overshadow the parade. The
I was in the chat.
Borealis, a binary star system nicknamed the Blaze Star, is located in the Northern Crown constellation and expected to become visible to the naked eye after a nova explosion. It brightens nearly every 80 years. So the last time was 1946. The system will be so bright it can be seen on Earth without a telescope. It's not certain exactly when that's going to happen. That it could be soon. So there's lots of things going on in the solar system. They say to catch a glimpse of the 7 visible planets, start to look out for them about a half an hour after sunset, and there will be a really short window to see 4 of the planets right as it's starting to get dark. So Mercury, Venus, and Saturn will be to the west, and Jupiter and Mars will be like high overhead alongside Uranus and Neptune. So some of them will be visible to the naked eye, but Uranus and Neptune would require a telescope after it gets dark. But it'll still be kind of cool. Saturn won't be easy to see because it's going to be too close to the horizon. But anyway, it's still pretty cool. There will also be a chance in August where the 4 planets will appear in the sky just before sunrise. If you're like an early morning person and you'd rather do that, after August, you have to wait a while because it's October of 2028 when the next time we'll see 5 planets at a time before sunrise. So if you're a space nerd, get your butt outside Friday evening as the sun goes down and you might catch a glimpse of some cool celestial bodies.
Now is not the time for planets to be aligning or unearthing any Egyptian artifacts.
Right.
Hey,
Do not open the box.
But what's in the box? But what's in the
draw
box?
my foot at the left.
or as Drace said, the great conjunction from the Dark Crystal. So, I mean, we've already got enough Skeksis in the Senate. Am I right?
Right.
Research.
I would read a story, but my internet connection is unstable, much like my personality. So
just,
I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm a convivial, so that's my story.
just grab something around you and read it. If there's a menu or something, a sugar packet,
See, diet.
Nice.
read it like it's a story. Like you're an English newscaster.
See this? Jesus Christ. I
It
can't read it.
Yeah,
No,
you
I-
are still sort of cutting in and out a little.
No. I'm a
Okay.
That's all right.
Fun with Carol, ladies and gentlemen. Give
Yeah.
it up.
The internet can't handle
My
it.
internet is
That's the
it
man
keeps
trying to
popping
cut
up
you
your
off.
internet.
The man
It
is
keeps popping
keeping
up.
us
Your
in.
internet connection is unstable, and I want to tell you, you're unstable. You're not unstable. You're unstable.
I'm telling you,
bandwidth is low.
it's the deep state trying to get us.
Yep.
Now that there actually is one of unelected bureaucrats, I'm gonna have to govern.
But I'm gonna go eat a piece of pizza and have a drinky drink, and I'll let you know how convivial it is on the next GeekRadioDaily.com. So see me in 2 weeks.
Love you,
Bye,
Carol.
everybody.
Good night,
Bye.
Carol.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got at least some Carol time.
Yeah. Wouldn't be the
Mhm.
same otherwise. Just without, guests. Researchers at University College Cork have published a report that suggests playing Dungeons and Dragons is good for your mental health. The
Oh,
new
yeah.
study lays the groundwork for clinics and psychologists to further investigate the fantasy tabletop role-playing game's therapeutic potential. So, D&D is good for you? Duh. Natural 20. The pandemic didn't just, mark the return of people baking at home, washing their hands, and doing jigsaw puzzles and stuff. It also found a whole new audience for D&D. In 2020 alone, sales jumped 33%, making it the most successful year in the game's history. You could say it was a critical hit. So, it makes sense that researchers would look at how the game influences the mental health of average players. The study appearing in the latest edition of the International Journal of Role-Playing, because that's the thing, revealed that players enjoyed a strong sense of control in-game, especially when they struggled with feelings of powerlessness in real life. It's kind of like they cast disguised self to deal with things. Huh? Yeah, they didn't have Jimmy as a DM. The study also identified other critical benefits, such as escapism, self-exploration, creative expression, caregiving, social support, and routine. Orla Walsh, the study lead and a PhD researcher at UCC School of Applied Psychology, says the social support nurtured by playing D&D games give players emotional and social connections and offers them a space in which they can express themselves freely. While social support is a recognized benefit of many group activities, the collaborative storytelling aspect of D&D fosters a unique sense of camaraderie and shared experience among players. But only in D&D. You play mazes and monsters at your own risk? Just ask Tom Hanks. The study suggests that D&D has significant potential for therapeutic use. Players felt more comfortable exploring problems, practicing skills in a separate, safe space. Participants reported benefits in their everyday lives, such as increased autonomy and personal growth. So yeah, role-playing is good for you. And as a child of the 80s who had to hear all those damn stories about how, you're going to go to the devil and D&D. No, this is awesome news. Because, yeah, if you're an error-minded jackass that thought me playing D&D was going to send me to hell, well, we have now proven you wrong. And if you want to fight about it, fine. Roll for initiative. GRD is licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution, non-commercial, non-derivative work, United States 3.0 license. Come check us out on Facebook and on Twitter and stop by the website at geekradiodaily.com.
Remember, when discussing the therapeutic abilities and capabilities of D&D, just remember that sometimes a magic missile is just a magic missile.
Sometimes. Make sure you come join us tomorrow night on Twitch. We're going to be playing Jackbox again. You can play along with the audience. You can mess up our lives. You can win some games as well. It'll be fun. Drop us a note, podcast at geekradiodaily.com, or the voicemail text message to the numbers of
10 GRD Crew.
I think there's a 5 in there as well. Hey, everybody. I don't know when, but we will see you again.
This has been the saddest
This week.
entertainment I've ever seen.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over. What do you think? It stinks.
The world is not in your books and maps. It's out there.
My Uncle Tim, it was his birthday 4 years ago. We got him. He's a security guard. He got a brown clip-on tie. And 3 days later, I come walking in wearing brown pants, matches his tie. Irony, don't you think? It's like when Jimmy Moriarty punches you in the face, but, although it breaks your nose, it really hurts his right hand. Yeah, it's like playing a $2 scratch-it lottery ticket and losing. Come back here. It's like rain on a rainy day. It's like going crazy when you're already nuts. Hey, get back in the window. Isn't that ironic? Don't you think? It's like meeting the girl of your dreams and finding out she's 5. When you believe in your heart of hearts that the moon is made of cheese, but when you look at cheese, you don't think it's the same stuff that makes up the moon. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
What the hell is that from?
Dude, that was Jimmy the cab driver. Donell Logue back doing...
Oh, yeah. Okay, I hear it now. Yep.
Jimmy the freaking cab driver, dude. There's a holy hell, this happened once upon a time moment.
Mm-hmm.
He had like 20 of those. It was
Yep.
crazy.
I always forget about that.
Because I'm like, oh yeah, Donnell Loguesbury, yeah, I'll find something cool from that. I tried getting something, when he was in
Grounded for
Sneakers.
Life. Oh,
I
he
tried to get Sneakers.
wait. He was in Sneakers.
Yeah, he was the computer programming kid. He was the guy who designed the thing that they were trying to steal.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Not on the team, but okay.
Yeah, he's very, very young in that.
Yeah.
movie. He is a college student in that movie.
Wow. I've always loved him in everything he's done.
Oh yeah, everything he's in, he's great. Like I don't remember, what was that sitcom he had where
Grounded for Life.
No.
Ooh.
The one where he's in a gang and they're going to be pulling off a heist, and like the entire season was them building up to try to pull off the heist.
Oh, like gonna kidnap David Hasselhoff or something like that.
Something like that. Something ridiculous like that. I don't remember what that show was, but goddamn that show was fun. Yeah, when he's in something, he's in something. Great. It's just great. So yeah, Gotham and Jimmy the cab driver. Yeah, the two total eclipses of Donnell Logue right there.
Very nice. Very nice. By the way, Billy, for real, I think you will dig the hell out of, because I think you like spy shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll like Slow Horses. It's so damn good.
We have it on Plex. I went to go request it, and they were like, "It's already there."
Oh, cool. It's it's British, so 6 episodes. 6. Yeah, I believe so. 6 episodes a series. What's that?
I said I like the attention span of the Brits.
Mm-hmm.
Brits, that's what you said.
Yeah.
Brits. Yeah. Oh, and hey, we were looking ahead to. Are we still doing the podcast? We turned off the thing or no?
Oh, no, you're still streaming.
So yeah, if you I can cut the stream.
You got the stream, and this can be just all Patreon stuff, huh? See? Come join Patreon, folks.
Yes, guys, thank you so much for coming out. Look at that. Oh, she's hiding her face from the stream.
That was fun.
We hope you guys have a great week. Stay safe out there. We love you guys. Bye.
It wasn't that